Hello there, welcome to Blitz Transmissions. I'm Tommy, and once again, we are being graced with yet another Hasbro Star Wars fan stream. This one is occurring on Thursday, December 11th, wrapping things up, probably going to be the last one for the year of 2025. Now, before I get into all my predictions for both Black Series and Vintage Collection for this next fan stream, I did just want to say how much I've enjoyed the much more consistent fan streams throughout the year of 2025. In a lot of ways, the level of communication between the Hasbro Star Wars team and the community has been really strengthened this year, and I think that one of the biggest ways that that has happened, and the reason the community feels so connected, is because of those more consistent fan streams. Keeps fans in the loop, helps fans to feel like they're not being ignored, and really helps to keep the hype going throughout the year. I hope that this trend continues going into 2026 because I feel like it has nothing but positive reception having more consistent fan streams. But let us not waste any time. I'm going to jump right into my predictions. Now, I'm going to be basing my predictions off of a post from Yakface that I saw on Instagram on the day of recording this on December 9th. Yakface predicts that there's going to be a mainline wave for Black Series revealed and a fan channel wave for TVC. Now, taking a look at what's current with Black Series and TVC, I think that the Black Series wave could range anywhere from 4 to 5 reveals, and then that corresponding TVC wave, I would assume, would have 4. So because of that, I'm going to limit myself to 4 of each, 4 Black Series and 4 TVC predictions for this video. Kicking off things with Black Series like we usually do here on the channel, I think I'm going to stick 3 of my 4 predictions with the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. From the time a figure is revealed nowadays, we can usually expect to get it in hand as early as 3 to 4 months after the fact, which would bring us right up to the release of the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, which is coming out in May. So I have 3 figures that I think could probably get revealed and do also coincide with more than just the Mandalorian and Grogu movie, the first of which is going to be Carson Teva. There are a ton of different looks that we could get with Carson Teva. My personal favorite is his X-Wing pilot getup with his Adelphi Rangers markings on that really cool looking helmet. I think that he's a pretty pivotal character for the Mandoverse. I think that since we've seen him in multiple seasons of the Mandalorian, we've also seen him in the Ahsoka series, he's a pretty big character hole that needs filled in that kind of display, and as somebody who really loves the Mandalorian and Ahsoka, I would say that I'd be really happy to get Carson Teva. Again, any of his outfits would be awesome, but I will say I think his X-Wing pilot look is what I'm most expecting here. And please, I'm begging Hasbro, if they do the pilot look, can we please finally update that X-Wing pilot body, especially considering that thing goes all the way back to, I want to say 2013, with the first wave of Black Series figures. I would be really, really excited if we finally updated that X-Wing pilot body. Moving on to number 2, this is a character that we saw very briefly in The Mandalorian Season 3, and it is Garazeb Aurelios. We know from the Mandalorian and Grogu trailers that Zeb will be making an appearance, and I really like his outfit that he has in the movie, where he has that blue X-Wing pilot getup, that almost like bomber getup. I really like the way that looks. It's got a nice color to it. This would be a good opportunity for Hasbro to maybe reuse some existing tooling from the Rebels Zeb appearance. And again, this is another character I think myself and a lot of Rebels fans would jump on regardless of how we feel about the movie. Zeb gives off a nice big full silhouette, and I think that a difference in size like that could really complement an existing Mandalorian or Mandoverse display. My third prediction from the Mandalorian and Grogu movie is going to be a new character who we have seen in the trailers, being Colonel Ward, the Sigourney Weaver character for that movie. I think if they do her X-Wing pilot look, it could give us something new in the Black Series, which would be an updated female X-Wing pilot body, which is another thing that I think desperately needs updated in the Black Series. I think the last one on something similar was the Jaina Solo body, and I won't lie, I will be a little disappointed if they reuse the Jaina Solo sculpt here in 2026. I think these are 3 safe options for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie that aren't just a Stormtrooper or Mando or Grogu, and so I'm really hoping we see at least one of these 3 revealed for this panel. Now, moving on to the 4th pick, this being a mainline wave, I think that it's pretty fair to say that they're probably going to go with safer options, stuff that's going to do well at mass retail. And I do think, even though he's a little bit niche, there is a character that I think could do well at mass retail right now. He's a very, very popular character, and it is none other than Watto. I think Watto is well overdue in the Black Series, and he is such an iconic character from the Phantom Menace imagery. We got that Sebulba in that fan channel wave earlier this year, and I really think that Watto would be a great way to complement that existing figure, help build out that display. I would love to see Watto with a flight stand, and one of my friends, the Stone Mandalorian collector, brought up on one of my live streams recently that it would be really cool if Hasbro somehow found a way to make the fluttering effect on the wings as well. I think that was a really cool creative idea, and I think there's a way they could use that translucent clear plastic with some broad strokes of paint to really get that effect down nicely. Now, I know I said I was only going to go for 4, but I have to keep going. We have 5 now picks for the Black Series here, and I'm going to say this is another one that I think would do well at mass retail, that being an army builder and it being the Geonosian. Hasbro has really done a great job this year with some larger spindly droids like SM-33 and IG-12 with doing a nice center of gravity on those figures. I think that with the current state of the Black Series, they would really do well with the Geonosian, and I feel like it's a character like Watto that enough prequel fans are into that would buy at least one of. And you guys know me, I always have to slip at least one wildcard pick in there, so let's beat the dead horse, once again, beat the drum for Pong Krell. We need Pong Krell so badly in the Black Series. He is absolutely sweeping this year's Black Series Most Wanted campaign, and that's a little bit of a spoiler because I haven't counted all the submissions, but I think it's pretty safe to say from the ones I have counted that he is going to do very well and make that community top 12. Which, by the way, if we get to this fan stream and all the characters that you're predicting do not make it, it is not too late. We have until December 28th to go to the Black Series Most Wanted Instagram page and make sure you submit your 12 most wanted characters. That poll is going to be aggregated, and then the data from it is going to be submitted to the Hasbro Star Wars team. So if you want to make your voice heard, if you want to let Hasbro know directly, hey, these are the Star Wars characters you guys need to be making right now because you're missing out on some money by not making them, then definitely drop your Black Series Most Wanted top 12 in the Google form link that can be found on Instagram at Black Series Most Wanted. All right, Black Series aside, let's move on to the vintage collection. Now, like I said, this being a fan channel wave, I'm expecting characters that maybe are a little less popular, a little bit more niche. That seems to be a lot of the picks for these fan channel waves, stuff that collectors are more interested in as opposed to the broader audience. I'm gonna do my best to keep it to 4 on this one, so my first 2 are kind of a pair. This is another beating a dead horse. This is another me beating the drum for completing the team. Let's get the rest of Clone Force 99 in there. I think Echo is sometimes a little bit of an afterthought because he doesn't join the team until the Bad Batch show. However, I would love to see both Tech and Wrecker in their Season 1 Bad Batch looks join forces with our existing Hunter and Crosshair. I think that fan channel would be a perfect way to knock both of these figures out at the same time and help us complete that team. Moving right along, because those are 2 very obvious picks, I'm going to move on to another very obvious pick, and that is going to be a figure that will complement the Battle of Geonosis campaign, which is a campaign that's going to be happening throughout the year of 2026, leading up to the release of the Republic gunship HasLab. This next pick is an army builder, and it is none other than an updated Phase 1 Clone Trooper on that latest Clone Trooper sculpt from TVC that takes away that big bobbly removable helmet. I think that fan channel is a great place for a figure like that, and while I would prefer him to be in some sort of a multi-pack, because let's be real, most of us are going to be buying multiple of that figure anyway, especially if you were getting that HasLab, but I think that single carding it makes it a good option for fan channel as well. TVC just did a mainline Phase 1 Clone Trooper not too long ago, so I think it would be a little redundant to release another one so soon after, so I think fan channel does make a lot more sense for this particular release. As for my 4th and final TVC prediction, I'm going to keep with that Battle of Geonosis theme, and I am going to go with the Super Battle Droid. I think with the Battle of Geonosis being so focused on the Attack of the Clones film and that first Battle of Geonosis we see there, I think the Super Battle Droid is a pretty good shoe-in. That's a figure that definitely has needed some updating for a while in the 3 3/4 scale. I mean, the one we have right now is serviceable, but I think it's not up to that TVC standard of quality and articulation. And with the Black Series Super Battle Droid being one of the best figures to ever exist in that line, I think if they just shrink that thing down and give us a TVC version, I think a lot of collectors will be very happy. Now, my wild card pick for TVC is going to be a little bit of a larger item, and again, I'm keeping with that Battle of Geonosis program theme here, and I'm going to say that we can expect a bark speeder for the HasLab Republic gunship. Now, the reason that I chose this option was because back when the campaign was going on for the Republic gunship, Chris Reif, the designer of the thing, said that he actually scaled it so that it could fit a bark speeder inside. Chris did the same kind of thing with the HasLab Razor Crest that came out a few years ago with scaling the Blurg, which did come out subsequently after the fact. That was a few years down the road, but I think that the bark speeder would be a great piece to accompany the Republic gunship through that Battle of Geonosis campaign. I would love to see this vehicle come with Clone Commander Neo. I think that he would be a great option for Revenge of the Sith fans, especially coinciding with that very recent Obi-Wan and 212th Airborne reveal, which was absolutely awesome. I'd love to see TVC continue to get some love from the prequel trilogy, and I think this would be a great way to get Commander Neo out there and also release a vehicle that would coincide with the incoming HasLab. But with that, guys, that's going to wrap it up for my predictions. Make sure to stop by my channel on Thursday morning on the 11th at 10:45 a.m. Eastern Time. I will be live streaming with some friends. We'll be doing live reactions to the fan stream, talking about the reveals after the stream is over, and we'll be having a blast as we always do. So guys, make sure that you tune into Blitz Transmissions on Thursday, December 11th at 10:45 a.m. But with that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little video. Let me know what your predictions are for Black Series and or TVC down in the comments below. We'll have a conversation about it, and we'll see how many we get right. I've been doing pretty good on the last couple fan streams. I get always at least 1 or 2 figures right, so hopefully we keep that trend going. And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did and you're not yet subscribed, subscribe to Blitz Transmissions. I've got awesome Star Wars content coming out all the time. If you're an ARC Trooper in my Patreon, you would have seen this video early. If you'd like access to early content, monthly giveaways, and other awesome benefits, the link to my Patreon is in the description below. Become an ARC Trooper for just $4.99 a month. If you're a fan of the reviews I do here on YouTube, or you just want to support the YouTube channel more directly, you could also check out my YouTube channel membership, Rancor Battalion, for just 99 cents a month. It gives you access to all my reviews early, as well as exclusive badges and priority replies to my comment section, and you get to vote on what I review next for the channel, just like the Patreon members do. If you'd like some Blitz Transmissions swag, you could always head over to the Blitz Transmissions Armory over on Printify. Link to that is in the description below, as well as links to my Discord and all my social media. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll catch you for the next one, and may the Force be with you.
Breaking off. All units, fire at will. 1-2, pick a target. Too many, Captain. Watch your stabilizer, Gold 6. Anybody, cover me. I got 2 vultures on my tail. You've got to hold them here. Watch your left. I can't shake them. I'm hit. I'm hit. Where's our reinforcements?